Okay, first of all, I've had 2 coffees today and 1 Cliff Bar, so I'm a little hyper right now. I usually don't drink coffee every single day, and now I just had 2, and I am a little wild, a little hyped up to say the least. Also, I'm wearing a hat because my hair is just, you know, not nice today. We're not having a good hair day, so in the bun and in the hat it is. This is gonna be like my look, you know? This is the way I'm going. Anyways, this has nothing to do with the video, so let's just get into the video. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the CrossFit Open that is coming up. It is coming up in February this year. Last year we did it in October. Thank God it's not in October this year, although October is done now. But regardless, the CrossFit Open is coming up. The CrossFit Games are done, and now it's time to prepare for the CrossFit Open. And I wanted to do a video in a series on my channel about the CrossFit Open and how I'm going to prepare for it and maybe bring you guys along with me in preparing for the CrossFit Open. And I want to know your goals for the CrossFit Open and what you want to accomplish. So that is what we're talking about in today's video. I wanted to share my goals and the ways that I'm going to achieve the goals that I want to achieve for the CrossFit Open. Maybe give you guys some inspiration, and I want to see your ideas and goals that you guys want to have for the CrossFit Open. So we should talk about it. And obviously I'm not coming on here planning to, you know, make top 20. That's not gonna happen, let alone make the top 1,000. No. My goal is just to do better than I did last year and maybe beat a couple of my friends. You know, I wanna improve from last year, especially since I've had a really hard year with my injury. I injured my shoulder, if you guys just don't know for some reason. I had an injury on my shoulder, so I really wanna come back and do better in the open and have my skills back. So let's just talk about some of the goals that I want to achieve for the CrossFit Open. So we want to prep ourselves for the CrossFit Open, and a good way to prep ourselves is working on the skills that we need to accomplish for the CrossFit Open and working on our accessory work. And I've been really having a hard time with my accessory work, but now that I have a goal in mind, now I have a focus point of the CrossFit Open, I'm feeling a little more motivated, and this might motivate you too more in the gym, especially in the winter. I hate working out because it's cold and I don't want to do anything. I just kind of want to hibernate, but I feel like with the Open coming up in February, which is like 3 months away, this will probably motivate me to start working on my skills and my accessory work. So let's get into some of the goals I would like to accomplish and maybe give you guys some inspiration what you can do to accomplish your goals for the CrossFit Open. Also, a little disclaimer, I mean, we obviously don't know the exact exercises or skills that are going to be in the CrossFit Open, but we have a good idea on what will kind of be there. So the basic things is what we're going to work on. I mean, it might not even show up, but I still want to work on these skills in case they do show up, and I want to, you know, dominate in those skills. Anyways, the first goal that I want to accomplish is to get my kipping handstands back and start working on my strict ones. So I know usually you should have your strict handstand push-up first before you have your kipping. However, that is not the case for me. I have my kipping, but I do want to work on my strict as well, because if you work on your strict, it'll be a lot easier when it comes to your kipping handstand push-up. So mostly I'm going to be working on the endurance in my kipping handstand push-ups. And like I said in my last video, if you guys didn't check it out, please go check it out. But my top tip when coming to learn a CrossFit skill is doing EMOMs. EMOMs are really great to build the repetitions and build the endurance in like a short period of time, so that when it comes to putting it in more workouts, you'll be able to, and you'll have more endurance. So I like to do an 8 to 10 minute EMOM and do, depending how strong I am, like for example, kipping handstand push-ups, I'll probably do 4 to 5. And once I get stronger, I'll probably add in more, obviously. So that is one thing I'm always gonna work on in all my skills, is doing EMOMs. I like to do them at the beginning of my workouts because I'm more fresh. And when the skills are, you know, I struggle with the skills, especially if my shoulder is tired, I wanna work on them at the beginning of my workouts. And I think, obviously we're gonna do updates, but I think further down the line, I'll start doing them at the end of my workouts, so I have the more strength and endurance when I'm more tired. So for November, these are the November goals that I want to accomplish. I'm gonna do this like kind of update thing monthly, but for November, I really want to accomplish doing the skills at the beginning of my sessions, just so I can work on them on a fresh body. So that obviously means kipping handstand push-ups. So I will be doing EMOMs of kipping handstand push-ups, and then I'll also be doing some accessory work. I'll be doing negatives as well. So that's going into a handstand and then slowly doing like a tempo descent. So like 3 to 5 seconds, trying to control as much as possible. Negatives are such a good way to increase strength when it comes to handstand push-ups. Also even pull-ups, which you guys will hear about later, obviously. And then also I'm going to be working on my strict, and by doing that I'm going to be doing box push-ups. So by putting my knees on a box and putting my hands on the floor and just doing strict push-ups like that, and really doing like pausing ones and really taking my time to work on those, and then eventually when I'm strong enough I'll go off my knees and onto my toes and work it that way. So those are things that I want to work on this month, is work on my negatives and work on my boxed handstand push-ups, and also work on EMOMs of my kipping handstand push-ups. Also, another thing I want to accomplish for the CrossFit Open is to get a 4-foot handstand walk. So if you guys saw my videos this summer, I always practice my handstand holds and a little bit of walking. We're trying to get that in because, you know, it's really hard on the shoulder, but my goal is to get a 4-foot span of a handstand walk. It's a little hard because the garage that we have is pretty tight and it's a little slanted in there, so I've been having a hard time working on those, but that is my goal, is to start working on my handstand walks as well. That is just coming with more body control. Obviously, some of the accessory work that I want to work on for that is to do handstand holds against the wall and then do like shoulder taps or raising your hand off the floor, and then also doing some freestanding handstands, which I've done before, and then also just walking, like practicing my walks to get further and further each time. So that is like one of my little goals to accomplish as well, but that is just not my main focus right now. My main focus is obviously my handstand push-ups, and then that will obviously come later. And then we move on to the bar. So for me, I really want to get my strict pull-up and my kipping pull-ups, like more endurance in my kipping pull-ups. Obviously a kipping pull-up is easier than a strict, and I lost my strict pull-up. I don't have it because of my injury. So that is something that you guys know, obviously, that I'm working on right now. And some of the accessory work that I'm going to be doing for that is banded pull-ups. I've been doing those. You guys saw in my last video, I did an EMOM of those, of the strict ones. And then also I'm doing some negatives. So that's holding onto the bar and slowly letting go, having as much control as I can. And then also I'm, you know, sitting on the floor with my feet up and holding onto the bar there and then pulling up like that as well. That's a really great way to activate your lats and learn to do the pull-up. So that's pretty much what I want to practice for my pull-ups right now. Those are my goals that I want to focus on at this moment for my pull-ups. I do want to work on getting a little more capacity for the kipping pull-up. That is a little hard for me. I am struggling with that because that does put a lot of pressure on my shoulder, but I do like shorter EMOMs for that because this is just a thing that's harder for me, and that is, you know, I do about 5 minutes of like 3 to 4 pull-ups just because it is just easier on my shoulder and I don't want to blow out my shoulder. I don't want to go too hard. So that is something that I'm working for my kipping, but mostly I'm focusing right now on my strict first. And then also on the bar, I want to get larger sets of my toes to bar. You guys know, if you have been watching my videos, I've also been working on my toes to bar and I'm finally starting to get them. I'm not super consistent on getting them. Some days I have worse than other days, but I want to start getting larger sets. So big thing for that is obviously doing EMOMs, like I've said before, obviously, is just doing larger sets. Right now I'm doing an 8-minute EMOM of 3 to 4 reps. It just depends on the day and how well I'm feeling, kind of thing, how well my muscles are feeling. But I want to work on getting larger sets of that so that I can start incorporating them into my workouts and doing better like that. So when it comes to doing toes to bar, I'm not like completely wiped out. Also, some accessory work that I am working on that is doing hollow holds and Supermans. Supermans are a great accessory to that too, but mostly hollow holds. I'm working on that core, trying to get that core strong. So when it comes to toes to bar, I won't fatigue as much and I'll be stronger in my core and not have to rely on too much of the swing, and I'll be able to kind of fall back in between on the swing and my core. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I'm going to be working on my core by doing a lot of hollow holds. That is such a great exercise to do to get better at toes to bar. And last but not least, a goal of mine too is to build up my capacity. I know that is pretty much general for every single person, but since like August and September I was not working out very much, I really reduced a lot of my training. I really lost a lot of my capacity and my endurance, so I need to start building that back up again. So that's just doing longer workouts, it's just doing different types of workouts, really building that back up. So obviously this is where it comes a little more complicated when it comes to CrossFit. I have to do all the types of workouts, whether it's like heavy weights, light weights, it's heavy weights and a long workout, heavy weights and a short workout. It can vary. So I'm really just trying to work on building that capacity Right now my focus is to do a bit longer workouts because I was doing really short workouts, so now I want to do longer ones and working on gymnastics in those workouts, because obviously a lot of my skills that I want to accomplish for the CrossFit Open are based on gymnastics. So adding in gymnastics when it comes to the workout, doing longer workouts, and just building that endurance. Also, another way to build that endurance obviously is to run. However, it is so cold here. Winter is coming, unfortunately, here in Canada. So that's a little hard thing because I don't have a treadmill here and I have asthma, and when it gets cold, my asthma just reacts so quickly to the cold air and it's impossible for me to breathe. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way, maybe if the gyms are okay here, they're kind of not doing so hot right now. But if the gyms open up, I can probably go do some treadmill work there. That's another thing I need to work on to get more endurance in my workouts, is obviously running, because when it comes to CrossFit, a really great way to increase your capacity and your endurance is obviously doing a lot of running. I find once I started running, my endurance and capacity of working out just increased so much. So I want to work on that as well. So for you guys, I mean, we are all so different, and when it comes to CrossFit, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. For me personally, my weakness is gymnastic works, where some people, their weakness is barbell work. So really guys, I want you guys to write down the goals that you guys want to accomplish for the CrossFit Open, and you know, maybe it'll be barbell work, maybe it'll be trying to get stronger in your cleans or snatches. So when you want to get stronger in your barbell work, you gotta work on the compound lifts like squats and deadlifts and overhead squats. You want to work on those to get stronger, to be able to do snatches and cleans a lot easier. So those might be your goals. Personally, I don't have any big heavy weights here anyways, but that is not my focus right now because I need to work on my gymnastics stuff, because weightlifting comes a lot easier to me than the gymnastics stuff does. So these are obviously goals that are specific to me, and I hope that this might have inspired you to maybe work on some of your gymnastics skills. But we are all so different when it comes to CrossFit because it's such a varied kind of sport. Some people are better at barbell work, some people are better at gymnastics work. It really just depends what your kind of weakness is, and that's what you want to kind of focus on. I mean, when it comes to the Open, maybe you want to work on your pull-up to be able to have your first pull-up in the CrossFit Open. That would be so cool. Or even then to have your first heavy clean and jerk at 135 pounds, whatever it is. I mean, we all have different goals and different focuses. For me, it's just gymnastics. I'm stronger when it comes to barbell work, but gymnastics, you know, I'm pretty weak in that right now. So I want to bring my weaknesses up so I don't have to worry about them too much when it comes to the CrossFit Open. A big tip that I want to share with you guys when it comes to learning these skills is just going earlier or staying after class. So like I said, I do the EMOMs before so I can get better at them, but eventually I will probably move to putting them after my workouts. So maybe show up to your class 10-15 minutes earlier and start working on your skills. Start doing little EMOMs. I'm sure the gyms won't mind, most gyms don't, and work on those skills outside of it. I mean, a lot of people, you know, maybe you're double understuck and just spend a couple minutes, you know, 5 to 10 minutes in a corner working on your double unders. It's all about taking that extra little time. I mean, classes are really great to work on skills. It really just depends on your gym, obviously, but that's also a great time to work on skills as well. But we are all different and we all have skills that we want to specifically suit our needs. So maybe take some time at the beginning of class if you can, if not at the end of class, and work on your skills. So of course, guys, let me know down below what your goals are for the CrossFit Open. I mean, we have just over 3 months to go. Oh my God, it's coming up close. So let me know your goals down below. Let me know some accessory work that you guys want to work on to get to those goals. I want to hear them. Let me know your goals for the CrossFit Open. I really would be interested to hear, because we are so different and we all want to get different things. So let me know down below. I mean, this is going to be obviously a series on my channel, so I want you guys to come along with me to prepare for the CrossFit Open. I want you guys to write down your skills so you guys can prepare and we can prepare together and work on our skills for the CrossFit Open. So yes, let me know down below, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. It truly does help the channel a lot. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like windshield leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby. Drink your night.